All right. Let's check and see if it's working everywhere. All right. Looks like we're live on YouTube. Let's check and see if we're live on Facebook. Let's see here. Let's get it going on Facebook. I'll get the stream up one moment. Forgive the noise in the background. I have a little 7-year-old just going nuts like a 7-year-old will do.
On your video?
Yeah, on my video. All right. I think we're getting ready to connect to Facebook. Let's go ahead and check real quick. All right. Yeah, we're loaded on both YouTube and Facebook now. So we have 2 facets now that we're going to be giving. All right. Let's check it out here. All right, folks, let's get started here. Severe weather is ongoing across parts of Arkansas right now. Most of Northwest Arkansas is cleared of this event as the line of storms has pushed off to our east. So let's go ahead and dive on into it by getting a look at the radar. I'll go ahead and pull it up here. There we go. Let me get over here to drive our radar. As you can see, there are a couple of tornado warnings. The one to the north here in Boone and Marion County has been allowed to expire, which is a really good thing. But let's go ahead and dive into the ones down here near Hot Springs and Little Rock. Switch to the Little Rock radar. Let's move in a little bit closer. We have, looks like a couple of supercell thunderstorms here that are causing a few issues down here in southern Arkansas. Let's go ahead and see where that rotation is at the moment. All right. My radar. There we go. This is actually some really decent rotation right here just to the west of Hot Springs Village. Yeah. Let's see what the parameters of the tornado warning are. Radar indicated, of course. Moving northeast at 35. Got it. So let's get a track on this storm off to the northeast. More like to the east-northeast. We'll extend it out for a little while. That's 35. Now this could speed up and it could slow down. So don't take these times to heart, but just have these as kind of a guideline. We're looking at DeBerry in 36 minutes. Applin, 41 minutes. Ragsdale, 45 minutes. Cherry Hill, Thornburg in about 50 minutes, and so forth. So this is over a relatively rural area. So we're not going to see a lot of people. However, people affected by this. However, people still do live here. Let's go ahead and get you a storm track on the second rotation down here just to the south and west of Hot Springs. Looks like this is going to go over a little bit more populated area. Oh, I'm about to make a cardinal mistake here. Plus, we just got a radar update. Let's see how fast this one's moving. This one's cooking it. This one's going really fast, guys. Here we are. I'm going to extend this one out a little bit further because it's moving so fast. It's moving northeast at 50. Let's go ahead and get some storm track on this one. Maddox in 3 minutes. It's right on top of you. So if you live in Maddox, you need to take your tornado precautions right now. Bear in 7 minutes. I would go ahead and take cover. And Bear and Royal. Mountain Pine in 14 minutes. You have a few minutes, and then you need to take cover. Then Mountain Valley and Ozark Lithia. Blue Springs in 25 minutes. Hot Springs Village in a half hour. I would say it's probably in the next 20 minutes, though, because this is going to fluctuate in speed. So I would really be ready to take my tornado precautions. Now, this may split the difference here between Fountain Lake and Hot Springs, but it's too close for comfort. If you live in both Fountain Lake and Hot Springs Village, take your tornado precautions right now. And even if you don't get a tornado out of this, if you look at this blue right here, let's query that wind real quick. Let's zoom in and query that wind. You're going to get some really strong winds. Look at there. We're looking at 70 to almost 80 miles per hour in winds there. So this could be reaching the ground and it might not be, but it's too close for comfort. So to the areas of the northeast of Hot Springs Village, just to the north and to the southwest of Hot Springs and Hot Springs Village, you need to be taking your tornado precautions. This is a tornado warning for, let's see here, it's western Hot Springs and southeastern Montgomery counties. And I believe this will be the same. Here, no, this will be for Perry, Garland, and Saline counties. So you forgive me, I'm not too familiar with the counties down there, so I will read the warning text. This is not the only area of concern going through the line here. As you can see, there's a severe thunderstorm warning here for several counties. You got East Central Logan County, Southeastern Johnson County, Perry County in Central Arkansas, Van Buren County, Conway County, Northwestern Saline County, Central Yell, and Pope County for a severe thunderstorm that's moving northeast at 65 miles per hour. It's really moving along, and it says that there is a tornado possible with it. As you can see here, just to the south of Dover, there is an area of rotation that could put down a tornado at any time. That's why they put the tag tornado possible in there. They don't see enough rotation to warrant a tornado warning yet. However, it could happen at any time. Let's get on here and take a look. Looking at my parameters at the moment. I'm looking at something behind the scenes here real quick. One moment. Okay. I'll go back and drive the radar. I'm going to zoom back out and move on up the line. We'll be having to switch radar sites here momentarily because we are now a little kind of in no man's land when it comes to radar. There is a severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible. Tag for Searcy County, Newton County, Johnson County, Marion County, Van Buren, Boone, Baxter, and Pope County. Storms along the line were located from 9 miles northeast of Omaha to near Pruitt to near Bertha, moving northeast at 85 miles per hour. These things are booking it. So, I mean, wow. Not that. Darn it. Not what I was looking for. So let's find the area of strongest winds here, if we can. Looks like they're going to be right around in here. Moving northeast at 85. I'm going to put this on out because it's going to be out of here before you know it. And Magic Springs right on top of you. Bear Creek, 4 minutes. Marshall, 10 minutes. That's a population center there in north central Arkansas. Wiley's Cove, Landis, 18 minutes. Big Flat, 56. Lone Rock in 27 minutes. McPherson in a half hour. There's so many places here that I can name off that are right in the path. But if you live off to the areas north of Mountain View and around the Horseshoe Bend area, this storm will be coming around your direction. And it will be there within the next half hour to 45 minutes. You can go ahead and be on the lookout for rapidly changing weather conditions. There also a tornado possible with this one. I know the northern extent of this has a severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like we have another tornado warning down here in South Arkansas. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Here we go. It's northwestern Clark County, northeastern Pike County, Garland County, and west central Hot Springs County. It says at 4:32, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Amity, or 13 miles northeast of Murfreesboro, moving northeast at 45. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. I can see the rotation right here. Here's your rotation. I know it's not your normal red and greens, but when you know what to look for, sometimes when you get to the end of this, the winds get so strong that they fold over into the other colors, and you get what appears to be rotation. Like here, this will be winds moving toward the radar in Little Rock. These are the winds moving away from the radar in Little Rock. So right here in the middle, you have what's called a tornado vortex signature. That's where the tornado would be at if you were having it. So let's get a track on this as it moves off to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. This is going to most likely approach Hot Springs within the next 30 minutes to an hour. It's saying, Amity, you have 5 minutes. 5 minutes until it gets to you. Lake Hamilton, you have 30 minutes. Mountain Pine, 40 minutes. So that's going to put it in around the next 45 minutes being into the Hot Springs area. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you're off to the northeast of this.
Mama, let me know when to stop.
Well, as you, now I can go ahead and show you this. The entire state almost is under a tornado watch. So let me get to my warnings here and watches. There we go. I'll go ahead and turn off these alerts. All right. They've shaved out Northwest Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas is no longer under the tornado watch. So Carroll, Madison, Franklin, Crawford, Sebastian, Washington, and Benton County are clear of this tornado watch. However, points off to the east are under the tornado watch. 1 second. So let's see here. I did say that there was a severe thunderstorm warning for Boone and Marion County up here in parts of Northwest Arkansas. Let's go ahead and pull this back up here. Turn off the flood warnings. We don't need those just yet, although there is a lot of rain falling. But right now I'm more concerned with the severe thunderstorm warnings and the tornado warnings. Let's go ahead and get a look out of Springfield. It might get a better look at this storm. Yes, as a matter of fact, it does. It does say that a tornado is possible. I can see a shear line up here around Lead Hill and Diamond City. Nothing jumps out at me that screams tornado at the moment. But there are some really, really strong winds that extend south of Diamond City, Lead Hill, and into just points west of Harrison. Let's go ahead and query some of those winds real quick. Radar's not showing them to be very high, but we are looking really high up in the storm right now. Therefore, you might not be seeing the highest winds. Now, these down here are probably not translating to the ground, although you could still get some 50 to 60 mile per hour winds out of these. So Yellville, I'll be prepared for a little bit of possibly some storm damage coming up. Oh, goodness. This area of rotation right here just moved out of Arkansas, so that's what prompted the tornado warning earlier, and it looks like it's weakened below limits of having a tornado warning. So right now in the state, all we have are these 3 tornado warnings here back to back. Let's go ahead and go back to these to see if anything has developed with them. One to the north there is really concerning right here. This one just to the north and west of Hot Springs Village. That is getting tighter. That one is going to probably be a problem for parts of Pope County coming up soon. Looks like Logan County is going to be under fire first. So Logan County, I think that's Logan, or is that Saline? That's Saline, my bad. So going on to the north here, let's see if it's picked up speed or it's still 35. I'll go ahead and extend the warning of the track a little bit further out to include the Conway area, because that'd be the next population center. It'd be getting really close to Perryville, 45 minutes. And this could be a tornado in the generation phase right now, because that is some really strong rotation. Now, the Houston area, 54 minutes. Morrilton, 60 minutes. And then we're looking at the Conway area in probably just a little over an hour. unless this thing picks up speed. Now, it could pick up speed and it could slow down. Either one is possible. So just, folks, be on the lookout for these storms as they come in. Now, let's go ahead and take a look at correlation coefficient real quick to see if we do have any tornado debris. I'm assuming we probably don't. There we go. I don't know. Let's see how that lines up. That's really close. I'm showing a little bit of a CC drop. Yeah, it doesn't line up. So I'm assuming that's probably not tornado debris. We'll go ahead and go down the line here. And I'm not seeing anything that jumps out on any of these storms. So there's no tornado debris at the moment. Doesn't mean that there is no tornado on the ground. It just means that it has not hit nothing yet, if it is. These don't see the debris until it hits something. So it's really difficult to tell. Sorry, I'm checking some more things behind the scenes here. I have two different radars. I'm using Radar Omega for my streaming on my computer, while I will use Radar Scope on my phone. Sometimes it gives a little bit better clue as to what's going on from radar to radar, although both of my radars look pretty similar. All right. Let's go back to the velocity mode real quick. It looks like the rotation southwest of Hot Springs Village is increasing as well. Now, folks, that is some really strong winds. Even if you don't get a tornado, you could get some very, very powerful winds out of this. We're looking at 77 miles per hour there. That is super fast winds. Tornado warning is updated here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is for Stone County, Perry County, Van Buren County, Conway County, Western Faulkner County, East Central Yell County, and Eastern Pope County. So thunderstorms located along a line moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. These storms were located from Solo to near Atkins to 10 miles north of Jesseville. Remember that we are under a tornado watch here, so conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form, especially if we get any storms that really take off and take advantage of the dynamics that we have. Mostly if they turn and start moving more toward an easterly direction, they're really going to take advantage of that. They take advantage of what's called storm relative helicity, which is an area of wind near the ground that rolls over and over like this. And when you get a lot of upward motion in the lower parts of the atmosphere, what they call 0 to 3 kilometer cape, it can cause those thunderstorms to be able to turn that rotation on the ground into the vertical, and we get tornadoes. And when they're moving along that vector where the wind profiles are the best and the helicity is the best, then they can take better advantage of those ingredients and can cause tornadoes, which sometimes when the dynamics are just right, it doesn't really matter either. So let's take another look at this storm here. And let's see here. Perry and Saline County. This is getting ready to move out of Saline County. It looks like it's already in Perry County. It is. It is mostly in Perry County. Garland County right now. And it is moving. It looks like it has tightened up again. And it could be very close to producing a tornado. So let's get back here to the correlation coefficient, see if we have anything that lines up with it. Still nothing, and that is great news. However, I'm starting to see a CC drop down here on this storm near Mountain Pine that bears looking at. See if that lines. It does kind of line up with it. Oh, goodness. I hope not. It's hard to tell. These storms tilt, so these have tilted updrafts. So we got to kind of keep in mind that it could be, it might not be. Let's look at reflectivity, see if anything's showing up. Yeah, this is a very wrapped up thunderstorm that is very much capable of producing a tornado just to the south and west of Mountain Pine. Mountain Pine, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. This thing is knocking on your door right now. It will be there in just a matter of moments, especially at the rate it's moving. I believe they said it's 40. That's pretty quick. So, you folks there in, it's Hot Springs County, yes. No, Garland County. Sorry, I'm not too versed with my counties down here in Southern Arkansas. I need to get more familiar with them. Mountain Pine, you're under the gun for this possible tornado right now. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Treat this as if it is on the ground. I'm starting to show a little bit of CC drop there. It could very well be on the ground. It's very possible. Maybe something right there. Does that line up with velocity? Right now it doesn't. Yeah, it kind of does. Okay, folks. We very well possibly could have a tornado on the ground just to the north of the city limits of Mountain Pine. So if you live in this area right in here, just to the north of Mountain Pine, just north of 227, this is heading toward 190, Highway 192, and it looks like it will move parallel to 192 and will cross in and around the Blue Springs area. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you live in Mountain Valley or Blue Springs, or even in Hot Springs Village. This is approaching you pretty rapidly. Let's go back to the correlation coefficient, see if that still lines up. It's really hard to tell. Another scan or two, we should be able to tell a little bit more about it. I can't say that there is a tornado on the ground, but you probably should treat it as such. Let's go ahead and zoom back out and make sure we're not missing anything anywhere else. Down here around Amity, let's take a look at that real quick. That's interesting. It's kind of hard to tell. Look at the spectrum real quick. There definitely very well could be something on the ground there. That is pretty indicative. I don't believe there is a tornado on the ground with that one near Amity. Or if it is not doing damage. But still, if you live to the north and east of Amity, up Highway 84, all the way over to Highway 7, south of Hot Springs, go ahead and take your tornado precautions all the way up and getting close to Hot Springs. It's going to be approaching the airport here within the next 20 to 30 minutes. This one's moving northeast at 45. Let's go ahead and go back to the velocity. There we go. Let's get another storm track on this to include Hot Springs. 45. Pettyview, 18 minutes. Rockwell, 23. Lake Hamilton in 24 minutes. Pawnee in 25 minutes. Red Oak and Hot Springs now in 29 minutes. Go ahead and Hot Springs, just keep an eye on this and be ready to take your tornado precautions as this moves in, because it very well could have a tornado on the ground with it. All these storms are capable of producing tornadoes today, and they really want to. They just haven't found the correct ingredients just yet. Let's not forget about this storm up here to the north real quick. Go ahead and return. It's looking pretty healthy, looking like it's breathing pretty good. So let's go ahead and get a correlation coefficient. Look at this one. I don't see any debris with it, but like I said before, that does not mean that there is no tornado on the ground. Yeah, that CC drop was right up here, and the rotation is right over here. So I'm not assuming that there is any chance of a tornado being on the ground at the moment. However, that is some really, really decent rotation. Excuse me. I'm still dealing with the aftermath of COVID. All right, let's go ahead and do a reset real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything in the rest of the state. Right now, those seem to be the only 3 tornado warnings that we have. There's some more across central parts of Missouri, just to the east of Springfield and up around Jefferson City. That is not in our coverage area, so we're going to stick to Arkansas right now. It looks like the rotation on this storm to the north of Mountain Pine has weakened a little bit. It's not to say that there still isn't a tornado possible with this, but just, weakening is a good thing. We don't need tornadoes. Still no debris being shown up with this one. It's still really noisy down here just to the north and east of Amity, but I'm still keeping my eye on that one. Let's make sure I'm looking at this other radar, make sure I'm not missing anything. Another thing that's going on with this line of thunderstorms, folks, it's going to be in and out here quick, but rain. Look at these rain spots right here. Let's go ahead and query some of this that's happening with these storms. Over an inch of rain has fallen in around the Russellville area. It's going to be a real quick hitter. But to add to what we already have statewide, let's go ahead and get a look up here in Northwest Arkansas. These rain totals are just mind-boggling. In and around the Bentonville, Bella Vista, Rogers area, we've had well over 5 inches of rain in the past 3 days. Almost 7 inches of rain. This is leading to a lot of flooding problems. We can't take any more rain up here. So I'm sure that we have some what they call urban and small stream flood advisories up here. Beaver Lake is completely full. It can't take any more either. And, I'm glad that the rain is over for Northwest Arkansas, but it is not over for parts of central and east Arkansas who also do not really need the rain. Do a quick radar reset. Let's take a look at these storms again. They're looking kind of healthy. Go ahead and switch back to the Little Rock radar. Oh, come on. When it loads. Give it a moment, folks. Can't help what's going on with it right now. Goodness. If y'all have any questions on here, though, be sure to chime in on my Facebook page and ask any questions. I will be happy to answer them in the order I receive them and go from there. I think my radar is finally back up. Yes. It's looking kind of messy here to the north and east of Amity. Not saying that it isn't a problem. Let's just go ahead and look at the velocity and see what it looks like. There is still rotation right here. It looks to be rather strong. Let's go ahead and query some of that real quick. There are also some really strong winds right here. Inbound winds around 60 and almost 70 miles per hour. Yeah, we're looking at about 80 miles per hour worth of shear spinning right here. So, that could be a tornado. I'm not going to say it would be a weak one, but generally, given radar signatures like that, it might be. This one up here, just got a radar update. Yeah, this one's fallen apart here. I'm pretty sure they're not going to extend this tornado warning. This one got a little bit stronger. Yeah, 50, 60, about 100 miles an hour, gate-to-gate shear. That is getting closer to being more concerning for a tornado being on the ground. This one right here is still kind of broad, but it's there. I do halfway expect them to go ahead and extend that warning. And if they don't, they'll go ahead and keep the tornado possible tag on it. But this one down here, it looks like it's starting to take over and become more of a problem. Let's go ahead and take a look at correlation coefficient again, this since we got a radar update, and see if anything is on possibly on the ground there. It's just so noisy. It's so hard to tell. All that garble right there. It's just really, really hard to tell if it's something on the ground or not. That is worrisome, but I think the rotation is up in here. Yeah, it does not line up. Now, there's some really strong winds here that you might be catching that on the correlation coefficient, might be kicking up some leaf debris or whatnot, causing a little bit of a negative return right there. That is just crazy. Still radar indicated, so the National Weather Service isn't seeing anything in it right now. And they're over here just to the north of Little Rock, so they got a really good look at it from their radar. All of these are still just radar indicated, so we don't have any confirmation right now of any tornadoes in the state of Arkansas. So go ahead and look behind the scenes on something here real quick. Yeah. Been at this almost a half hour so far. We haven't got anything. Thank goodness for that. We really don't need any tornadoes in Arkansas. We've had plenty of them lately. There's a really wide swath of severe thunderstorm warnings here. Let's go ahead and get a look at this entire line real quick. And it's starting to take on a look that we really don't want to see. And that's a broken line look. Like you see, you got the line here in North Arkansas that is, it is a line, and it doesn't look severe, although it is. But then you have these individual cells in a line here down through central Arkansas into southwest Arkansas. These pose a higher tornado risk. These ones right down in here. And if any storms build out ahead of the line, then they will also pose a tornado risk. So these bear watching right here surrounding this blue line where the tornado warnings are at. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on them real quick. Looks like they extended that tornado warning or had a radar update. No, they didn't extend it, just a radar update. Okay, Arkadelphia, you're not included in this tornado warning. There is a storm here just off to your west near Murfreesboro that I don't know, I might have to take a look at that from Shreveport. That's still a little too far. Radar's so tough sometimes because, yeah, here it's hard for me to see that storm because I'm what they call range folding. But let's see what it looks like from Shreveport.
Are you live?
Yes, I'm live. Thank you for coming and checking on me.
Also, can I be in your life?
You are right now. I got a little helper in here right now. There we go. Let's see what it looks like.
My tablet has died for. So Boston.
I got my little helper here with me right now.
Spring Hill.
Yeah, there's all kinds of towns on there.
Bradley.
All right, hang on a second, son.
Bradley.
Yeah, that's Bradley. Hang on just 1 second here. Let's go ahead and get a reset here and look at this storm right here. The storm near Murfreesboro, I'm not seeing any rotation in it. looking from Shreveport, although we are looking really, really high up in it.
Yep.
I know as it gets a little bit closer to Little Rock, we'll be able to get a better look at it. And we just got an update. So let's go ahead and switch back to Little Rock and see what these other storms are up to. They went ahead and extended, I thought they might. They went ahead and extended the tornado warning here on the northern storm now to include northeastern Perry County and south central Conway County. It says it located a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 9 miles southwest of Adona or 12 miles southwest of Perryville, moving northeast at 40. So let's go ahead and get a new track on that one and keep the folks ahead of this. Just a little bit more informed here. We'll go ahead and take this on out a little ways. 45. Cherry Hill in 9 minutes. Perryville, you're going to get this in your area in about 14 minutes. Opello, 21 minutes. Riverview, Houston, 23 minutes. Bunker Hill, 26 minutes. Plumerville, 32 minutes. Toadsuck, you're going to be there in 30 minutes. Menifee, 37 minutes. Cypress Valley, 40 minutes. This will be in your neck of the woods. This is strong rotation that could be a tornado or could produce a tornado at any time.
Yep.
So, yep. Looks like the tornado vortex signature here north and west of Hot Springs Village has ramped up just a little bit more. I want to go ahead and check out the correlation coefficient. Well, I'll come back to that. We'll check out CC in just one moment. This one down here it's kind of iffy at the moment. We'll watch it for the next couple of scans. This one and this one seem to be taking on a little bit more characteristics of being a little bit more dangerous. Let's go ahead and get a track on this one. Let's just get lined up and make sure we got the speed correct. 45 miles an hour. This one's sped up. So, okay. My leg.
What?
Quit kicking my leg. All right. That's okay. Here we go. 45 miles an hour up to the northeast. Another radar update. Goodness, I'm going to have to reset that now.
Of course.
Times are going to be a little bit inaccurate.
Go right there. Over here.
Well, I got such a good helper here. Let's go ahead and calculate this.
Yeah, calculate it.
Reform 17 minutes, Thornburg 28. This is really, really sparsely populated area. Y 37 minutes, Pleasant Valley also in 37 minutes. This is right over Hot Springs Village right now. So if you live in Hot Springs Village and to the north and northeast, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. This could be a tornado on the ground. Although I'm not really showing it. This one up here to the north has really ramped up in the past couple of seconds since the last radar update. This one is starting to take on a little bit more of an unfavorable look for that. No correlation coefficient drop right now. This one over Hot Springs Village, it's kind of hard to tell at the moment. Could be, maybe. This one here to the south, absolutely nothing. Just rotation.
Yeah, tornado warnings everywhere.
Yes, there are tornado warnings everywhere. So it's probably just
Because
looking
they
nasty.
have 10 type tornadoes.
Yes. Sorry about that. A little coaching at the moment. A little coaching. Let's make sure my streams are still going on my streaming services. Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. If you're on my YouTube and you look and you feel like that you like my streams and you like what's going on here, go ahead and like and subscribe. It'll get me a little bit more exposure.
Please help my dad get subscribers. To 1,000 subscribers.
All right.
Or 2,000. Or 10,000.
Well, thank you for your help, but I think we got this now. All right.
Or 5,000.
Quick reset.
Or 20,000.
Yeah. We're going to do a quick reset here. I'm going to go ahead and drive the radar again. Go back to the how hard it is raining mode, reflectivity.
Yep.
Severe thunderstorm warning stretching from North Arkansas all the way down just to the south of Arkadelphia. We have a lot of storms in the area. Let's go ahead and take a look at this storm down here near Texarkana that just went severe warned. It's got a look to it that just makes me. So let's take a look at the velocity real quick and see what this is doing.
Wow.
There is most definitely some rotation right over Texarkana.
Yeah.
That bears watching.
If we get a tornado, then that will be bad.
Yes, it will be bad. Be good. Don't talk over Dad.
And guys, we have to be very careful with this if you live there.
All right. I got a great little helper here. Just as right over Texarkana right now, severe thunderstorm warning with the tornado possible tag. So it said less than about nickel-sized hail coming out of this, and wind gusts of 60 miles per hour. This is for southeastern Little River County, central Hempstead County, northwestern Miller County, and east central Bowie County in Texas. So I don't cover Texas, so it's moving northeast at 35 miles per hour. So let's go ahead and track where this rotation's at off to the northeast at 35 miles per hour. Give me just a moment to get this real quick. This will put right up the I-30 corridor.
Good job.
Right up I-30 corridor. 1 second here. Mandeville in 4 minutes. Holman in 15. Clipper and Fulton in about 25 minutes. Battlefield 35 minutes. Hope 47 minutes. Shover Springs 50 minutes. And Perrytown and Deanne in about 50 to 55 minutes. Folks, this could become tornado warned before you know it. It looks like there's another storm up the way that also has some rotation on it that has not gone severe warned yet.
You made a warning?
This is the National Weather Service made a warning, Thomas. No. A little bit more coaching. So this storm right here is moving off to the northeast of Texarkana at the moment. It doesn't seem to really be posing too much of a risk to the city of Texarkana at the moment. So this will be out of your hair before you know it. Let's go back to the reflectivity to see if there's anything in and around it that we're going to have to watch out for.
Yeah. If you live there, be careful because, guys, you will get hit.
Yeah. So
take shelter.
So as it stands right now, we have 6 tornado warnings out nationwide. I don't believe we have 1, 2, 3 in the state of Arkansas. So let's go ahead and go back up to our tornado warnings here in the north. Back to the Little Rock radar. Take it a moment to load. Give it a moment. This one near Hot Springs Village is really starting to concern me. It's getting that look to it. There is a nice, and I don't mean nice as in good, but a really healthy looking hook echo,
That's making me want to play Twisted.
A weak echo region here that is really concerning. So let's go ahead and take another look at this and see what is going on. This is
on Roblox.
Sorry, folks. This storm near Hot Springs Village is really starting to become concerning. The rotation has really picked up on it, and it is moving off to the northeast, like I said, at about 45 miles per hour. Yeah, 45 on that one. I believe 45 on this one as well. 40 on that one. Both of these rotations look to be fairly significant. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you live in the town of Perry or Perryville. As a matter of fact, I think the... let me check and see if they're on here. See if I can look at the cameras.
Yeah, do that.
Let's see here. Let me see if I can find them.
display.
I got it. Let me see here. No, that's not it. I'll find these darn cameras.
I know.
Because they show up here like these little... I know that normally there's a Perry County weather watcher down here that has a camera set up at their house. They probably would have a good look at this if I could find it.
Okay, yeah, that would be good. Regaro Omega's the best.
All right, let's go back to this and see if we can find anything on cycle and port. Come back up. That's uncool. I know that we'll be able to see this one. Like I could probably go to RDOT and find this one in just a moment. I don't know about... You're going to have to get off me. Okay.
Ow!
Yeah.
Well, he got me.
Yeah. They've extended this tornado warning.
She always gets...
All right. Let's take a look here. Behind the scenes on everything. Make sure all of this is still running. Yeah, we're doing really good. Awesome. This is my first time streaming on YouTube, so you'll have to bear with me for a while. That storm north of Hot Springs Village is really starting to ramp up. And the storm just to the southwest of Hot Springs, they have extended the tornado warning now to include Hot Springs. So you probably got sirens going off in Hot Springs right now. So if you live in the Hot Springs area, go ahead and take your tornado precautions and just be prepared for the storm to come up and cause you some problems. Let's see here. Another radar. This one just to the north of Hot Springs Village is really starting to become concerning. And the one here just to the west of Perryville looks like it might be gusting out and not really being much of a rotation problem, or maybe even doing a handoff. It looks like there may be some rotation here just to the north of Highway 10, to the north and west of Perry. So still go ahead and respect it, because respect the polygon and respect that there is a tornado warning out on it. But this one right here really takes the cake. They're still saying it's just radar indicated. Let's go ahead and
I'll be right back, guys.
Go ahead and take a look at correlation coefficient. Oof. It's hard to tell, so let's go ahead and take a look. Let's get it lined up here. There might be a slight CC drop here. It's really hard to tell. We'll know on the next update.
2 Fountain Lakes?
Yes. So right in here is where the rotation's at. There's a slight correlation coefficient drop here. So it bears watching on the next radar update. And it doesn't look like there is a CC drop there. That is good news.
So yeah, rotation won't be that bad.
Velocity hasn't updated yet. Let's see if reflect tip still has that crazy look to it. Yes, the storm is looking really nasty.
Wow.
It bears watching. This is the strongest storm on the board at the moment. I believe that most of your media outlets probably in Little Rock are probably hitting this very hard. Let's go ahead and do another storm track on this one real quick. See if my velocity is updated. It has. Let's push this off to the northeast at 45. All right, reform in 7 minutes. Y in 27 minutes, as well as Pleasant Valley in 27 minutes. Little Italy, 30 minutes. Once again, this is over rural areas at the moment, but if you live in these areas to the north and east of Hot Springs Village, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. I really think this one has the chance to really cause some problems. This one down near Hot Springs is also starting to ramp up. Let's go ahead and zoom in. This one's right near the airport.
Oh, hot.
Traveling right along Airport Road here in Hot Springs. Traveling along Airport Road here in Hot Springs. It looks to be just right on the highway here, Highway 70.
That tornado.
It very well could be. Let's go ahead and push this off to see how long it gets in until it gets into Hot Springs. Right now, it is 2 miles, less than 2.5 miles outside of Hot Springs.
Not that far, guys.
Not very far at all.
If you're at the airport, take cover.
That's right. So this one's still radar indicated.
And get to a place with no windows.
This one still says capable of producing a tornado here, although I really think that one has the best chance to produce a tornado at the moment, although it looks to be a little bit more broad than it was a moment ago. And this one down here seems to have taken on a little bit more crazy characteristics, although structure-wise, the one up here is really, really on fire. This one up here near Perryville, too, is also looking a little more healthy, and this one down here just to the south and east of Amity to the northwest of Arkadelphia is starting to look pretty healthy as well. Let's see if there's any rotation on that one. That bears watching.
Yeah, there is.
Slight rotation, nothing to really shake.
I was like slight rotation.
It's slight rotation, yes. Some other storms forming down here near El Dorado.
How was I right?
Down here near El Dorado, they look to be sub-severe at the moment. They are strong. We can see if the National Weather Service has put any like special weather statements out on that. They have. So they are, like I said, sub-severe. They are not quite severe, but they're not far from it, I believe.
New Boston, Texas.
Yes, this.
Yep, Arkansas,
yeah,
Louisiana.
they're pea-size hail, wind gust of 40, so they're not far from severe. They're pretty potent. This storm near Texarkana now, just to the north and east of Texarkana and the south and west of Hope, right along I-30. Let's see if it's still got that rotation in it. Yeah, it's still there. Not terribly strong, but it's there. It's right on top of the interstate. I mean, as you can see, where that yellow and deep red is right there, it's pretty broad. It's not what they call gate-to-gate shear, but it is rotating.
Oh, I said rotation.
Yes, it's rotating. So, let me go ahead and, sorry, my computer's in my lap. So I had to move it real quick. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check the stream out real quick, see if anybody has anything for me here. Goodness. Let's see here. Not seeing much of anything. I'm looking behind the scenes on a few things real quick. Yeah, nothing much. Uh-oh. I might have just lost Facebook. Okay, here we go. I got it back. Awesome. All right. Quick reset again to make sure that I'm not missing anything in the state of Arkansas. Still have these tornado warnings here to the north. Let's go ahead and jump back on them. I don't want to miss anything because they are quite strong, especially that one right there is really starting to just, it's got that look to it that just makes you get chills. It's pretty vigorously rotating, although the strongest rotation is quite broad. I mean, if you saw these blues and those reds together right there, that would be an issue. Not to say that there isn't a tornado on the ground. There very well could be. There is strong enough rotation for it, but we are not seeing anything. As it's maybe it still says radar indicated though, so that's a lot of noise right there. So yeah, there's absolutely nothing to show here in Perry County right now, but there's still a tornado warning. Still take your tornado precautions if you're just to the north of Perry and around the El Pelo area. There are going to be some really, really strong winds moving into the Houston and Bigelow area here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. Probably in the area of 60 to 65 miles per hour right here. That's strong enough to do some damage, folks. You don't have to have a tornado to get damage. But this storm down here around Hot Springs is still showing signs of rotation, albeit not as strong as it was, but it is still there. This is the storm of the moment right here. Perry in north central Garland County and northwestern Saline County. Moving northeast at 45. Reform, Perrin, Long Mountain, and Hot Springs Village are all on the path of the storm. The most dangerous part of the storm, and it strengthened again, folks. The rotation is strengthened in both of these storms near Hot Springs and just to the north and east of Hot Springs Village. Goodness gracious. It's really, really starting to show up. I'm starting to get more and more concerned at the threat of a tornado here just to the north and east in Hot Springs Village. Yeah, guys, I'm starting to see a CC drop right underneath that, and I'm really wanting to watch this right here over the next scan or two, because that looks like a correlation coefficient drop that there might be a tornado on the ground at the moment.
Yep, you're right, Dad.
So, if you live down Highway 10 that goes into Little Rock, between, there's really no towns here. If you live in around the Lake Mall Mill area, off to the north and east, yes, go ahead and take shelter. They have extended this tornado warning for the next 52 minutes because they're concerned too. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located 7 miles south of what? Sorry about that. A severe thunderstorm was capable of producing a tornado 7 miles southwest of Williams Junction and 11 miles northeast of Hot Springs Village, moving northeast at 45. This does include the city of Mayflower now. So, just go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you live upstream from this. Let's go ahead and do a track on this thing. My reflectivity has not updated. Guys, that is some really strong rotation. Just move this off to the northeast at 45. I'm going to extend it all the way out to the end of the warning here. This will include the city of Mayflower. Reform in 2 minutes. Y in 20 minutes. Pleasant Valley in 20 minutes. Little Italy and Bigelow about 23 to 24 minutes. Lawley, 26 minutes. Roland Community in 26 minutes. Mayflower, half an hour. This is a very well could be a tornado on the ground at the moment. So go ahead and take your tornado precautions. If you live in the warned area, don't take this lightly. This is a very dangerous situation at the moment. Each and every one of these storms has a chance to produce a tornado. And I'm not sure if we have had any yet. It's it's very, very possible that we could get one out of this storm. It is really, really wrapped up. We don't have anything off to the north right now. Most of our tornado warnings are now confined to central Arkansas, in the river valley of central Arkansas. So, excuse me.
I take shelter. A tornado comes.
Yeah, what he said right there. The folks have some really sound advice. This storm bears your respect because it does have a tornado warning and it has really strong low level rotation. So go ahead and take your tornado precautions. Yes. Let's see.
Is your life 1 hour?
I've been alive for about an hour. Yeah. Let's look behind the scenes here at something real quick. See if any mesoscale discussions about these storms.
Guys, take shelter. The tornado comes.
Yes, there's a new mesoscale discussion out considering a downstream watch likely for the remainder of the state within the hour. And the low level environment will remain supportive for tornadoes. A new tornado watch will likely be needed across eastern Arkansas to the east of the existing watch within the hour. Broadcast media did report a tornado in Garland County earlier. That's what the National Weather Service is saying here. It says it's going to continue supporting tornadoes, some strong to potentially strong. You know, our environment is pretty robust right now. So, yeah. Let's see here. Back to my radar. So I'll drive the radar again. Let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like a new tornado warning here. This is going to include north central Clark County, south central Garland County, and central Hot Springs County. At 5:26 p.m., a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located near DeGray Lake State Park, or 12 miles northwest of Arkadelphia, moving northeast at 40. I can see the rotation pretty evident right there. This is the area I was watching just a few moments ago. Let's go ahead and get this off to the northeast. This will include the city of Malvern. Well, I didn't get to it quick enough. Let's go ahead and get an update here.
That long, yeah, Dad.
This is gonna cross I-30 up here, so it's moving at 40 right now. So looking at Deroshan 15 minutes, Social Hill 27, Diamond Head in 30 minutes, Price Shorewood Hills in another about 30 minutes as well, Malvern 36 minutes. Take your tornado precautions. Like half of Malvern is in the tornado warning, half of it is not.
A tornado is possible.
Yes, a tornado is very possible here. It's pretty strong rotation. As you can see right here, I'll show you that half of Malvern, the south and west half of Malvern, is in this tornado warning. But I really think that the entire city of Malvern should go ahead and be thinking about what they're going to do if this tornado warning is extended, which most likely will be. These don't just go away on days like this. My goodness, this tornado warning up here in the north. The tornado warning for the Perryville area has been allowed to expire. There's still rotation right over Perryville, but it is not strong enough to produce a tornado, although I would still treat this as a tornado warning. It's still very possible that a tornado could form out of that thunderstorm. Yeah, this storm right here, it is absolutely going nuts, and it's really got me concerned that there's a tornado on the ground right here. Yeah, folks, that is a tornado debris signature. This is a tornado on the ground right now, just to the north and east of Reform near Williams Junction. Williams Junction and Martindale, this is headed your way. This is now a tornado on the ground. They should see this go confirmed soon if the National Weather Service is seeing what I'm seeing. So, folks, go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you're in the warning area here, because this is now upgraded. This is no longer radar indicated. As you can see, we have a correlation coefficient drop right here, and that is right underneath the velocity signature. It lines up perfectly. So, folks, we have now radar confirmation of a tornado on the ground. This should change soon. The National Weather Service just sometimes doesn't change it very quickly. That is just really, really mind-boggling right there, why that is not confirmed at the moment. Let's go ahead and zoom on in here. Forest Trace Road, Round Mountain. If you live near Round Mountain down here, take shelter. Wolf Hollow Road, go ahead and take shelter. There's a tornado on the ground. State Highway 9. It is updated. It is moving right over State Highway 9 now. Take your tornado. Martindale, you are on the direct path of this tornado. Take your tornado precautions right now.
And take shelter.
Yes. Lunsford Corner, Little Italy, Ledwidge, Y. You are also in the path of the storm. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions right now. Take shelter immediately. All right. This is a dangerous situation here, folks. This appears to be a tornado on the ground right now, just to the south of Williams Junction, right over Highway 9, moving right toward Martindale. This, if it stays on the ground, we'll head up toward Mayflower. So this is a dangerous situation. Mayflower is no stranger to tornadoes. I believe. Let's see if it's changed its speed any at all. 45 is still showing. Let's go ahead and calculate here. Y, 13 minutes. Little Italy and Ledwidge in about 16 to 20 minutes. Roland, 19 to 20 minutes. Mayflower, less than a half hour. Conway, it could turn and go your way. I don't know about that. Let's just go ahead and just keep an eye on this. It could be headed your way before you know it. Just Mayflower, though, you should probably start taking your tornado precautions. If you live near the Lake Maumelle area, go ahead and take your tornado precautions. All right. Sorry, I was looking at some stuff behind the scenes here, folks. Let's see. Let's see what we got here.
Hold on, Dad. I got my food.
He got his food.
It said
If there's any consolation here with this storm, it's really starting to look like it's gusting out a little bit, and like we might not have a problem with it anymore. That's still a very prevalent tornado debris signature right there underneath the rotation.
Perry and Perryville, take shelter.
No, Perry and Perryville are okay. This right here is just to the south of Williams Junction, headed toward Martinsdale. It's looking to be right over just to the east now of State Highway 9, moving up toward Highway 10, State Highway 10 in the Martindale area. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions if you live in Martindale, and points to the northeast. I'm not sure what I'm hearing around Little Italy and why if you live on Underwood Road or Hundley Road, West Hundley Road, Tram Road. Go and take a tornado precaution. State Highway 113 if you live along State Highway 113 between Highway 10 and Highway 300 that runs between Y and Little Italy. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions. This does appear to be a tornado on the ground. Go ahead and take this very seriously as it could be a very life-threatening situation.
Hey, Dad.
Mm-hmm. Folks, they just reissued the tornado warning, and I'm sure it's crazy. It should have gone observed. I'm really certain this is a tornado on the ground. Let's go ahead. I'm going to look at it with my other radar real quick to see if maybe mine might be playing with me a little bit.
And Big Glow, take shelter.
No,
because you're under tornado warning.
Yes, so here we go.
So
let me check and see.
If you're in a tornado warning, take shelter. Possible tornado.
Yeah, my correlation coefficient's showing up on my radar scope as well. Right here in, now, looks like northwestern Pulaski County. Just over here in kind of like that panhandle of Pulaski County. And right here in Faulkner County. It looks to be totally in the west part of Pulaski County.
Hey, Dad.
It's really... The National Weather Service isn't saying that this is confirmed, but I really think it is. I don't know. Let me look at some stuff behind the scenes here, see if I can see anything going on at the moment. Let me see here.
Hey, Dad.
All right, let's go back to this real quick. I don't have an update. There are only 2 tornado warnings in the state at the moment. Yeah, I'm not missing anything to the north. Let's go back and check this one south of Hot Springs. It's starting to get a little bit of a funky look to it as well. Yeah, it sure is. Let's go ahead and take a look at velocity on this one. Because this one's headed toward the Malvern area. There is most definitely some rotation now. Very, very tight rotation. Oh, goodness. Let's go ahead and query some of these winds in this right here. 80 miles per hour with that one.
Wow.
Yeah, to anywhere between about 100 miles per hour shear here. Easily. And it looked like there might have been a correlation coefficient drop here. Not 100% sure here. Yeah, maybe. It's kind of noisy. So it's really hard to tell. But it's still just radar indicated. So let's go ahead and go back to our velocity and get a storm track on this one as well as it moves off to the northeast at 45 miles per hour. Deroche 5 minutes, Diamond Head in 18 minutes, Price in 20 minutes, Shorewood Hills in 21 minutes, Jones Mill in 22 minutes. Now, this could go either way. It's really too close for comfort, Malvern and Rockport. You really should go ahead and take your tornado precautions because this could very well put a tornado down at any moment.
We recorded for 3 hours.
So let's go back up here. I'm going to turn my tracker off real quick. This looks to be broadening out a little bit, and that's some good news.
good news.
I'm really, really glad to see that one because
there will be bad news in a tornado.
I'm almost 100% certain that was definitely a tornado on the ground.
Really
yeah,
dangerous.
we have lost the debris signature now, or it's just poofed out
Good
just
boy.
right before it got to Martindale. So
Whoa.
I'm not saying there's not a tornado on the ground. If it is, it's not a very damaging one, but a tornado on the ground is a tornado on the ground. Go ahead and still take your tornado precautions as you are still under a tornado warning. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I don't know. Hang on, I gotta wait right here. Actually, I was gonna take a short break, and then I saw this one pop up. This correlation coefficient is really looking healthy here.
I was gonna take a break also. But guys, I'm gonna take my break and play Twisted, okay guys?
Bye, Thomas.
Bye guys, I'll see you after my dad's break.
Alright.
And play some Twisted with a tornado. A really big tornado of a notification my friend invited me.
Okay. Alright, folks, let's go ahead and just hit this storm pretty hard. It's looking a little bit more prevalent than the one up to the north at the moment. I'll make sure I'm not missing anything with it because it's getting ready to move into higher population center. But this one is down here just to the south and west of Malvern, just to the north of Arkadelphia. It's approaching Interstate 30. I think it's going to stay more toward the middle of this warning. This one kind of got me baffled. I'm going to wait and get one more radar update on it and see if it maintains its strength and maintains what I believe is a tornado debris signature. It's kind of hard to tell if it is or isn't. It's in the right area, but it's not very strong. The warning is updated. This, yes, folks, that is a tornado debris signature. This is an observed tornado. It is observed by radar, I believe. Yep, radar confirmed tornado was located near DeGray Lake State Park, or 12 miles south of Hot Springs, moving northeast at 40. Locations in the path of the storm: Social Hill, Red Oak, DeRoche, Lake Catherine State Park, Hot Springs, and Malvern. I repeat, a tornado was on the ground. Take cover now. Move to a sturdy place. Your house in a basement. Remember to get down as low as you can. Get under something. Take pillows and blankets to cover your head up. And folks, just take cover. Take cover now. So I'm going to move and reset real quick.
Are you taking a break?
No. We've got a tornado on the ground. Just to the south and west of Malvern. Let's go ahead and wait for the correlation coefficient to update. It's not going to take much for these storms all of these storms want to rotate today. So everything that goes up rotating. And it's not going to take much for them to put down a tornado. So, excuse me. You also have to watch the storm up here just to the east of Fountain Lake. It still has that look to it as well. But this storm right here, it has a tornado on the ground moving to the northeast. It will be approaching I-30 in a matter of moments. You know, if you live in Malvern, Magnet Cove, or DeRoche right now, you were at the risk of a tornado right now because it is a tornado. Let's go ahead and put back on the correlation coefficient.
0%.
Looks like it's going to move to the north of DeRoche. All right. DeRoche here, right along State Highway 84. appears to be a tornado on the ground. Camp Road, Agar Loop, right here. I can't see the name of this. Goshen Lane. It is right on top of you right now. Cooper Ranch Road, Camp Road. This is not Honey Boy Road. Go ahead and take your tornado precautions. There is a tornado on the ground moving through DeRoche right now.
Stop it. Stop it.
This is going to move on up in toward the Diamond Head area. Looks like it might miss Malvern. It would have to take a really hard turn to the east. So Malvern, you're going to be spared from this one most likely. But it is really going to be really, really close to Red Oak and Diamond Head and Lake Catherine. I'm not sure if it's still on the ground. It's not looking like there is a tornado on the ground at the moment, according to correlation coefficient, but it still could be. As I'm looking right here, if it is right here. See if that lines up with velocity. No, I am wrong about that. Let's go ahead and go back to the correlation coefficient. Excuse me, folks. This is going to be your tornado right there.
Yep.
So if you live just to the north of DeRoche, take shelter immediately. Let's go ahead and get some streets in here. Looks like Wheatley Road, you're right under it. Lewis Drive, State Highway 128 is getting ready to cross you. We're going to go on over here to DeSoto Road, Harkrider Road, and Sparks Trail. Sparks Trail, you were under the gun for this. Possum Trail, Trot Road, County Road 805. All right, folks. This is now County Road 805, County Road 807. You're going to be under the gun with this real quick. And it's going to move on up toward O'Neill Road and up to State Road 171 in between Red Oak and Diamond Head. One moment, folks. I'm going to step away from the computer real quick. All right, folks, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to step away for a moment and reset, attend to my son who is not having a good moment right now. Let's go ahead and where are we at? Let's make sure we're not missing anything. So far, these are the only 2 tornado warnings in the state. One of them is observed. I still think that this right here is still a tornado on the ground. right there. Moving up toward O'Neill Road, right over County Road 805 right now. It's doing damage, it appears to be. This is the worst case scenario. At least it's not on a super populated area, but people still live there, so it is causing issues. This is going to move up toward Diamond Head, Shorewood Hills, Price, and Magnet Cove. Magnet Cove. Then it's going to parallel I-30 for a while and start becoming a problem for the Little Rock metro area if it holds together in and around the Benton and Bryant area over the next hour or so. Looks like it's moving northeast at 40. So let's go ahead and get a storm track on this. Damaging tornado. I'm going to move it on out like this. It's going to be a lot of stuff hop up on here because this is a very populated area. We're just moving into it. Shorewood Hills in the next 11 minutes. Jones Mill, 11 minutes. Magnet Cove, 16 minutes. Butterfield, 16. Lonesdale, 24 minutes. Glen Rose, 24 minutes. Nance, 26 minutes. Haskell, Kentucky, in about 35 minutes. Shaw, and then into the Benton area in the next 40 to 45 minutes. Folks, this is a tornado on the ground. I'm not sure if it'll stay on the ground this long. You never know about these things. It very well could, and then again, it could lift at any point in time. But it's too hard to tell. We can't tell whether they're going to lift or not. So we just ask you to respect the polygon and take shelter from this tornado that is on the ground right now, and it still remains to be on the ground. It's still a prevalent tornado debris signature there.
Oh.
So let's see here. We can see how high it goes up. Let's go on tilt 2. Yeah, it's not way up in the atmosphere, so this is not a super high tornado debris signature.
You got me with you.
Okay, folks, sorry. I'm not only a weather guy, I'm a dad too, so I got to take care of things as well. It looks to be only one tornado warning in the state at the moment, and the worst one of all. It is a radar confirmed tornado at the moment. Excuse me, folks. I'm also getting more concerned about this storm up here to the north and east of Fountain Lake. It's starting to increase in its rotation. I'm pretty sure that the National Weather Service is probably going to be issuing a tornado warning for that very soon. Yeah. I would say go ahead and start taking your tornado precautions if you live in Bland, Avila, Holly Springs in the Ferndale area, over here close to Pinnacle Mountain, on the west side of Little Rock. This is most likely going to be a tornado warning very, very soon. We're going to see if they extend this one. I'm not 100% sure the tornado is still on the ground. It's very hard to tell because it's very noisy. I would still go ahead and treat it as such, though. It's treated as if there is a tornado on the ground. Okay, let's see here. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm looking at some more stuff behind the scenes, folks.
Were you looking at your like comments?
No, I'm not looking at my live
What
comments.
are your live comments?
My live comments are on my stream. And they're over here. Oh. I see your comments there, Javi. You said Fayetteville got hit. Do you know right about where this was?
Dot.
He corrected himself. You know where Fayetteville, right about the area that Fayetteville got hit? If you could give me some specifics, I can have my folks come and check on it. Storm is looking a lot more healthy. There, they went ahead and reissued tornado warning. They've gone to radar indicated now, so this tornado is no longer observed on the radar. So I'm assuming that, thank God that one's over with. These storms are starting to look a little bit more healthy along the line here. They're starting to look a little bit more like supercells. Well, folks, this is starting to move off into the Little Rock area. I've been streaming for a little over an hour now. This is kind of really not in my jurisdiction, but you know what? Hey, I'm glad I could help a few folks out down there.
Goodbye, guys. I have to take my break.
If a bunch more storms pop up, we start getting a lot more tornado warnings, I might pop back in. And go ahead and still give you folks some warning. Go ahead, and if you all enjoyed the stream or you all like what I'm doing here, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button there on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, if on Facebook, tell your friends about this. The more people I get, the better it'll be, and the more people I can service. And I would, love to help more people and have more of a following across the state of Arkansas, so that way I can have a reason to do more of the state of Arkansas. So, folks, if you get a chance, just go ahead and tell everybody you know, and get them in here and tell them to like Northwest Arkansas
Bye,
weather.
Guys, I'm going to take my break.
Bye, Thomas.
And play Twisted.
Go ahead and get them in here and tell them to go ahead and like the page and ask to participate in Northwest Arkansas weather. That we do cover most of the states. So just get them in here, get to looking at it, and get them signed up, and we'll go ahead and start doing more bulletins for across the state.
Gotcha.
So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for watching. And folks, stay safe out there today. These storms are rowdy and are looking to get maybe even more rowdy. So if I have to cut back in, I will. And we'll get you folks on the flip. See you.